Hi everybody, this is Craig Teener for The Mindful Eye and the Photo of the Week on the Daily Critique. This week's Photo of the Week was submitted by Edmund, who is an intermediate photographer from Massachusetts. And Edmund submitted this image as part of the Mindful Eye's community assignment board, and this was submitted for assignment number 5, and it was a conceptual assignment, and it was just the word attitude. So people that wanted to participate in this assignment used that as a concept, and they could interpret it however they wanted. And I just love this image from Edmund. Let me give you a little backstory here. Edmund shot this on a Canon Mark II-N. He shot this with a 24 to 105 zoom lens at 24 millimeters and was shooting from a tripod. And he exposed the file at f4 for 1/6 of a second. And Edmund says this is a self-portrait taken in a garage, and he was trying to convey a menacing, mysterious attitude or personality, and he worked with harsh lighting and a low camera angle to do that. And one of the things that I love right away about this image, I love color, and I just love the complementary red and blue, or red and cyan, from the printer's color wheel. It dominates the color scheme here. Very, very powerful. Something else that's really powerful, you get a real strong sense of red and blue almost everywhere in the image. I mean, this is generally blue down here. There are a few other colors to give this some more dimension, but overall this is blue. The whole background is blue. And so another thing that's neat is when a third color idea does come in here, the skin tone and this hoodie, which is gray. It really helps to, even though Edmund himself is not the most dominant color, it really helps to bring Edmund as a subject. This is a self-portrait. Really helps to bring him forward in the image. And the other thing that this gray does is it creates a visual sea level of color. I talk about this quite a bit. When you're using real strong color, it can be really powerful to have an area that is true gray, or that is true white, or true black. It creates a baseline for the other colors, and it can really help colors to separate in a very powerful way. So just love the way Edmund's working with color here. And he mentions his lighting setup. I love this harsh lighting. Edmund is going for this menacing feeling, and it's not only the high contrast of the lighting that really sort of has attitude all by itself, but it's also the archetype of villains being lit like this, where their eyes are in shadow, the real strong top light. You think about the Godfather movies as a classic movie where the villains have the top light and the eyes go into the shadow. One of the things I love about the lighting here is the fact that even though Edmund has this real strong top lighting, when you come into this shadow under the hoodie, you have to work a little bit, but then you see that the eyes are narrowed just like the mouth. And that really draws me into the space of the image. It's not obvious. The shadow makes me work, but there's detail in there, and it really draws me further and further into the image. And so having some shadow detail in areas that could be really important to the image, very, very powerful. And I love the low camera angle here. One way to create a heaviness or put more weight on a subject is to shoot low to high and have that subject sort of, over everything, because things that are in the top of the frame have a lot of weight because of the idea of gravity. It's easier to move from high to low than it is to move up in the frame. And it works really well for athletes and people that we're sort of trying to put up on a pedestal, whether it's we're trying to put them up on a pedestal and show any kind of form of power. The low to high camera angle can be a very effective way to do that. There are just so many things that are working really well here. I want to say a big thank you to Edmund for creating this image. One last thing that I want to mention about this image is just one more time, remember, this is a self-portrait. And the concept of self-portrait to me is powerful on so many levels. But let's just talk about this level today. Edmund has created a story here. And if you're willing to get in front of the camera and you're willing to become a character in your own story, or the story of your pictures, you're always available as that character. And it really expands, in my opinion, your creative horizons as a photographic storyteller. Totally different energy here, but amazing attitude nonetheless. And this one was submitted by Cindy, who's an intermediate photographer from Texas. I love so many things about this. The gesture is just outrageous, and the fact that this girl is wearing a cast and still skating is just incredible. In the backstory, Cindy lets us know that she's written "Never Stop Skating" on her cast. Quality of light here too is really just simply amazing. It's creating so much dimension here. It almost looks like this has been set up in the studio with a key light that's a little bit high and coming into the 45-degree angle. You get the beautiful lighting here and then a real nice shadow here, very dimensional. I love the pan here. Cindy says she took a bunch of shots panning and there were only a few where the girl was sharp, and she actually had to composite two here to get the board and the girl sharp in this shot. So I love the feeling of motion both in the background and the hair. I love this up here to give more dimension to color and to rhyme the skateboard. Really beautiful the way this sort of bookends the shot. And in this case, with all of this energy moving in this direction, I think it really works here that she's coming from top left to bottom right on a diagonal, and there's more space out here, sort of a classic way to deal with implied motion. Great image on a lot of levels from Cindy. Great image here from Dave, who's an advanced photographer from Colorado. This is a shot of a personal trainer, and I love, in this case, a high to low camera angle. I know it goes against a little bit what I was saying before, but what's really selling the attitude here is the expression that's showing the struggle against the weight or the really hard work or the determination, however you see that. And with the camera over here, the graphic simplicity is very, very powerful, using the floor as a background. The lighting and the color treatment here are also really pushing this in the direction of something that's very stark. And when I think about determination or tenacity, I think about something that's just sort of singular and single-minded and stark, and I think the way Dave has shot this really goes along with that. And then last image here that we're going to showcase is from Peter. Peter was the one who came up with this assignment. He's from Sweden, and what a great shot of this car. The black and white treatment is brilliant. This just looks like a human face, someone just challenging you. And I love the really beautiful framing here with a cloud here, a little pushback and framing with the trees. And a big print, you'd see that this was a house, and the car looms over the house, which is a real powerful idea. I love these little reflections of the trees here and the way Dave is, the way Peter's working with quality of light. Real neat image. A lot of great images for this assignment. And again, just want to say a big thank you to Edmund, who was picked as the photo of the week. Very, very hard to choose from these. And thank you to all the people that are participating in our community on any level. Big thank you to the people who are participating in the assignment. And just really challenge you to give back in some kind of a way. And a real powerful way to do that is to submit to the assignment part of our community. When you show up and you do your best work in this way, you inspire other people to do the same. And it can be way more helpful than you can even imagine to just submit a photo, not just to the Mindful Eye Community Forum, obviously, to any way to participate and show up. It's just a real powerful form of giving back with your photography. Big thank you to all the people that make the Mindful Eye work by showing up and sharing. Really appreciate it, and hope to see you again real soon on the Mindful Eye.